Alrighty, old goats. This video was sponsored again by MulWark. They were kind enough to give me one of their tape measures to try out. We're kind of excited about this. Well, this is a normal tape measure, okay? Normal little tape measure. This is by Stanley. This is, just a little inky-dinky little thing. This is a 12-foot tape measure. This is what I usually have around here. I do have a 20-foot one around here somewhere. I can't find it. But MulWark decided to sponsor yet another video for us. And they gave us this tape measure to try out and have fun with. Now, first thing you'll notice, a pretty big difference in size. Okay, thicker, way thicker. And the footprint, way bigger. I mean, I gotta kind of hold it there, but quite a bit bigger. Plus, this thing has some cool features. Okay, so if you're like me and you're pretty dumb when it comes to measuring things, you can see right there at 0.7, that's 0 feet 7 1/2 inch. So if we move this longer, well, now that's 2 feet 1 inch. Well, hot diggity, that makes older guys like me, that makes me happy, because I'm not very good with getting the right number there. We'll go ahead and lock that there so we can pull it up here so you can see. Oh, nope, I changed it. Whenever I locked it, it changed to the next thing. So 7 7/7 inches. 7 7/8 inches. We'll just make it a little bit longer there. 3 feet 5 5/16 inches. So if you want to measure something, you got that to go with. Now if you look on the face here, we can commit that to memory. See, MR, M1, MR, that's memory bank 1. So you hold that. This is Stanley. You pull it out, and you kind of got to look down in here to try to see where it is. Now, some of you older folk that are used to that can do that fairly easily. But me, I've always had a problem with it because I'm like, which one's it up against? And I don't know. Okay, you'll notice that it's 1 foot 8 inches here, and the arrow right here says that's the inside. So that's right here. Okay, so if you want to know the outside, see this here where it says hold and 2 arrows? We're going to hold the side here to go outside. And I think you hold it for a couple seconds, and there it goes. 1 foot 11 1/8 inch to the outside. Okay, so if you're back up in the corner and you can't get your tape in the corner, right there's your outside. See a nice little arrow to say this side of the tape measure, bonehead. Push the arrow back over here, and it takes you back to the inside, noted by the arrow. Boom, it says on the inside. So that's pretty simple. Now we want to commit that to memory. You got to hit this MRM1 thing. That commits it to memory bank 1. Let's just go ahead and pretend like we got another measurement here that we want to keep. And we're going to put that on memory 2 by hitting memory 2. See how it says M2? Now, whenever you're done, you didn't have to write those down. You can just sit here and go, okay, what was memory 1? Memory 1 was 1 foot 8 inches. And what was memory 2? Oh, memory 2 was 2 foot 6 7/16 inch. And just in case you're from one of them countries that does metric instead of imperial, inches to centimeters. So you see it's 1 foot 8 inches. We're going to tap that. And now it says it is, oh, now it's 20 inches. Okay. Now it is, yeah, 20 inches. There we go. Oop, 1.66 feet. Oh my goodness. Okay, 50.9 centimeters. There, that's the one we wanted to get to. 50.9 centimeters. So if you need to do the calculation for a different measuring system, you have that. There's another thing here where if you have this measured as, you know, what, this 3 foot. Okay, and if you find yourself measuring something, again, if you find yourself measuring something, and right here we're just going to use 3 foot 7 and 5/16 inch, and you need to find center for that because you know, you're too lazy to do math. See this little squiggly line down here underneath inches and centimeters? That line with the mark and a hash in the middle? That's your find half. Hold that for a second, and now it'll be flashing up here saying this is your half point. So it's 1 foot 9 5/16 inches. That's your half. So when you have your tape measure up there, you know, get down to the 1 foot 9 5/16 mark, mark your half, or mark your line there to tell you that that's halfway point, and boom, good to go. It might be worth noting that the Stanley has none of those functions. None, not a single one.
Alright, so
No.
if you find yourself like me where you're trying to measure up some drywall and you don't want to carry the whole sheet down here, you just want to cut it off elsewhere, then carry the smaller piece down the stairs to you know, save yourself a lot of effort and energy. Measure it, put it to memory, walk back up, you know, walk up to where your sheet rock is, hang it on top, pull it down, and use the edge here to mark the line. Just, you know, put this at the thing where it stays, and then run this along the top and score it with your end here, this little itty bitty thing. Just score with that, and then go back through and hit it with your razor. I already tried it with this, and this one actually does a really good job of scoring it. The Stanley is a little flimsy, so it didn't do a real good job of scoring it. But I mean, if you hold these two up here side by side, I mean, you can tell, you know, if it'll focus, it's not going to focus. There you go. Oh. You can tell the difference as to why the MulWark one is going to work way better than that little Stanley one is. So, plus it's got the, you know, this, you know, the standard belt clip. It's going to be bigger on your belt, so you'll be able to find it easier too. You ever drop this in the yard? Yeah, you have. You know you have. You've dropped this in the yard. You got tall grass you didn't mow last week. Good luck finding it. Take you about 5-6 minutes. You drop this in the yard. You didn't mow 3 weeks, you know, last 3 weeks. You're gonna find this. It's quite a bit bigger. One thing about the MulWark one though, it only goes to 1/16 of an inch. It doesn't go to 32nd of an inch. So if you need a little finer of a measurement, you're going to be stuck with something like this. But for framing, you don't need it that fine. You won't need 32nds of an inch. 1/16 will be fine. Hanging drywall, 1/16 will be fine. You're going to pack that thing with mud anyway. What's it matter if it's an extra, you know, 32nd of an inch off? The mud's going to cover that anyway. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Some people it might be, but anyway. Thanks again, MulWark. Another great tool for my tool belt. Thanks for sponsoring this video. We'll put a link to this down below in the description. That way you guys can check this fine product out. It does turn off after a couple minutes of not playing with it. As soon as you use it again, she lights right back up. So it's kind of fun to play with. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of fun to just sit here and watch the numbers go up and down, up and. Oh, we still rolling? Sorry.